I think it's gonna be extra emotional.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the things where we grew up watching my dad. We grew up performing with my dad, and for the idea of it being the last, especially this one more time, I feel like it's gonna be very, very. What's the word I'm looking for? Like memorable.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet. It's gonna be very bittersweet, but we're gonna give it our all,
Always.
as always.
For me, I think it's gonna be more energetic. I
Yeah.
feel like because we also got close to everyone else involved in the show, the entourage, the A-team, the crew, everyone on production. We spent so much time together in April when we were filming the first one. So now it's a bit of a reunion and also a goodbye and a celebration of the holidays and the year that's passed. So I think all that energy is gonna come forward.
Saka, alam niyo na very historic and memorable yung venue for your
Yes.
dad. Diba? Because of the
Yeah.
1984 very first one.
It'll feel like coming home for him for
Yeah.
sure.
And a lot of the content that's going to be shown, a lot of that was in our net.
Yes.
And so when to be able to see that, to be able to live through that, and now be able to kind of finish it off there, it's going to be very special for all of us.
What are your thoughts para sa decision ng dad niyo na last na to in a big venue solo concert? Did you agree or
Initially, no. Initially, syempre, I mean, at the end of the day, he still has a lot left in him. But I also feel like he deserves this rest. He deserves this time to reconfigure what he wants to do
Yeah.
and how to move forward. I feel like he's moving into a different realm now where it's mostly going to be about paving the way for other young artists and being able to kind of like have his own touch in them. And so I think it's exciting, but also medyo syempre, it's nakakasad din kasi I can't ever imagine a world without Gary in that sense. But like I said, he does deserve it.
Yeah.
He is 60 years old. Alam mo hindi halata, but he is 60 years old and he does want to do other things and he deserves to do that.
yeah?
I agree with everything you said. I think that there are so many avenues for our dad to still express his creativity. This big concert, medium, is not the only way for him to really show all his sides. In fact, there are so many sides to him that you guys haven't experienced yet. That we've been very lucky, to grow up with that side of him, and I think it's just the beginning of a new chapter for him. Siyempre, again, also it's sad, but I also don't think that it's the last.
Yeah.
Maybe baka in denial lang ako, pero kasi yung last time na yun eh, ito may one more time, so.
Hindi ka naniniwala, hindi ka agree.
Baka in denial lang talaga ako, pero I think nga it's a good opening, new chapter for him to then express himself in different ways.
And for those people that have seen it and the people that haven't seen it, when you watch the show, you really ask yourself, is it really his last? Because he's not going out, limping, he's not tired.
He has so much to give.
He's out there for three and a half hours, giving it his all. Minimum exits. The only exits he has is usually like this costume changes, outfit changes, and then when he comes out, he's literally powerful. Right? So you ask yourself, is it really the last? Right? But at this point, I think we're just here to support as much as we can. As his kids, we want to be there for him. We've been there. I'm 36 years old, and ever since I was born, I grew up with that. And to be able to support that in whatever way I can, I'm going to do it. And I'm just happy.
Right. Oh, you mentioned quick commercial break lang. Since you mentioned new artists, I just want to get your reaction. You guys have been based in LA for quite a while.
Yeah.
You've been doing projects there. Our very own Sofronio Vasquez just won The Voice today. The very
Oh my
first
gosh, I didn't even
Filipino.
know.
Wow.
First
I didn't even know that.
first
Yeah.
Asian to win.
Wow.
Reaction lang as a
Wow.
Filipino artist, who's been doing a lot of projects in Hollywood.
Wow. The Voice.
My reaction is finally, it's only about time. Because
Yeah.
even Ariana Grande just said Filipinos are the best singers. So this is it's just the proof in the
Yeah.
pudding.
No, you know what? I think it's really exciting that I think overall and globally, the Philippines is starting to make its mark. And I think it's about time, like Kiana said, it's about time. I'm such a believer in Filipino talent, but I'm also much more of a believer in the Filipino heart, where you just keep doing what you have to do. Might be hard. Life might not be that easy, but at the end of the day, it's there, and I really believe in that. So congratulations.
Yeah,
That is
congratulations.
incredible. I didn't even know
So
that.
cool.
Right, I know. When will be your next Beyonce collab?
I don't know.
Wait, let's call it.
Let's email her.
Hey, cool.
Wala pa.
Wala pa. So I'm silently hustling in LA, doing my thing, and hopefully one day I'll be able to share everything with all of you guys.
Kiana, how about you? Collabs in Hollywood?
Right now I'm trying to figure out my first album that I've released in maybe 5 years. So we finished it. I've been in the room with the most talented Filipinos who live there, and also just the most amazing collaborators. So I'm really excited about putting that out. I can't really spill a lot of details, but soon enough, over the next few months, they'll be pouring out.
Kiana and Gab, your dad is an icon.
Yes.
Pero bilang mga anak, ano yung legacy na naiwan niya sa inyo, yung dalawa?
There's so much.
There's so much. To be honest, and I've said this so many times, to the entire world, the population, the Philippines and the Filipinos all around the world, a lot of people know him as your pure energy, Gary V. I think the legacy that he's left with us is the fact that to us he was always just that. Papa lang siya. He never brought his work home, and if he did, it was more of a collaborative.
Yeah.
It was more of it was more of like a sharing type of concept. It wasn't like I'm your dad, I'm Gary V. And that's the legacy. The legacy of being a father and being a friend to us. I know that he's done a lot. He's achieved so much. He has awards that are in actually containers that we can't even put it in a room or anything. But yes, I am proud of that. But I'm more proud that he raised us the best way he could, alongside my mom. And that's the legacy that he left with me. Growing up, when I meet new people and when I'm able to somewhat, people ask me, Gab, how was it growing up? Honestly, it wasn't the perfect childhood, but it was for me incredible. It was great because again, when he came home, he was just Papa.
Kiana.
For me, it's the same. I think that there have been times where, because of his work, my parents were absent and all that, but I've never felt like I couldn't call him. And I know that just recently, I was going through some challenges, and I called him, and he just happened to be in the middle of a meeting. He made everyone, I felt so embarrassed, but he made everyone in his meeting wait just so he could sit there and talk to me for 15 minutes. And I think that's so rare, because that actually forced me to reflect on, would I do that? Imagine you're in an important meeting, you get a phone call from either your kid or your mom or your brother or whoever. Would you say, sorry, priority is family, right? So I think that's the legacy. It's now that, with my new chapter and I'm getting married and eventually someday maybe having children, that's something that I'm gonna keep in mind and hopefully pass down as well.
On a side note, my dad is like we'll be together, like hang out, and then you'll just see at Gary Valenciano sent your reel. At Gary
I
Valenciano
know,
sent your
every
reel.
day there's like random reels.
I think in one day he'll send me like 8 reels. It's all jokes, it's all funny stuff.
And then it's like the way that we spend time together, which is now how in California I bond with my friends. It's just movie nights.
Yeah.
Or if you have a day to spare, then you binge a show or something. But that's like, it's quality time that we appreciate. Experiencing different forms of art together and all that. So that's really something that I think he's been able to pass down to us.
And Kiana, will you be singing your Sana Maulit Muli version, reimagined version?
Yes, I will be. I'll be opening the show on December 20, actually. And so I'll be able to share some of my original music, as well as Sana, which pays tribute to both my parents.
Aside from being Papa, you've mentioned that the world has yet to see sides of Gary Vee.
Yeah.
Aside from being the pure energy. So, can you share what are those sides?
Well, he's super quirky.
Yeah, so people think that he's like this serious, inspirational icon, which is all
He's not
true.
And I think we always talk about this in a lot of our interviews when they ask like, oh, what don't we know about Mr. Pure Energy? He's a comedian at all.
Yeah.
Like he's just so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird, and it's.
So
I mean, you talk.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys remember the videos that I used to make back in the day. That
The
was
super
heavily
selfies.
inspired. Heavily inspired. Here. Okay, I'll make one to this one. My dad, I'm sorry. But okay, so we usually put up the tree and we
At
usually
night.
like dress up when we put the tree up and then we decorate and we sleep.
Yeah.
So there was this one time when we were in, remember those
The
the
inflatable-
sumo wrestler inflatable thing.
Costume.
Yeah, so we were all running around, and my dad goes, "I'm here," and you know Borat.
Yeah.
He was in the top of the staircase in a Borat outfit with a wig, and starts dancing down. That's Gary Vee. Really.
That's that's just Edgar.
Edgar.
That's Mr.
Yeah. I think,
Dad.
and I feel like it's like this next chapter, he's gonna be able to really somewhat share his personality more. That he's kind of like withdrawn.
Hopefully.
We'll see. We'll
If
see.
he has the confidence to do it outside of home.
And then, okay, for example, we're in a big group, right? And we're being serious. And my dad will whisper something to my ear. And syempre, you know that when you're trying to be serious,
Yeah.
you can't like hide the laughter. Then that way, he'll be like, check the socks over there.
He'll say something under his breath, and you have to now. And then he's so good at staying serious. But he'll whisper something. Then if you look at him, he's so serious.
I know.
How do I not
Some like dry
laugh?
humor.
Yeah, dry humor.
Kiana, in the coming weeks or days, parang you will be celebrating your birthday.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what is your birthday wish to your dad and to yourself? Since parang ito na yung last mo na birthday na before
Oh,
ikasal.
no. Wow.
You're getting
loaded.
married?
I guess for myself first, since it's my birthday, I really hope for growth and growth that comes naturally without resistance. Because I think my challenge in my life has always been that I am a bit of a rebel, even towards myself, and that internal resistance is quite challenging. So, with all the changes that are about to come, I hope that I'm able to take everything in with grace and patience for myself and a lot of love. That's what I want for my birthday. For my dad, my parents, I'm here because of both of them. I wish for them to have time to slow down and smell the flowers. I guess it's really cliche, but it's something that I think a lot of people in our industry and in families that are heavily in show business forget to do. It's just put the phones away, shut the world out, and just enjoy the present. Yeah, present moment. That's my wish.
Yeah, how about
For
you,
them.
Gab? Any birthday wish for Kiana? Or
No reaction. Too glad. No, you know, honestly for me, moving to LA, a very big factor was that I would have family there. And you know, my brother, Leia, Luch, Sam, my sister, they're all here. And it's only really Kiana and I that are in the
Yeah.
US. My hopes and my dreams and my wish for her is that this girl works very hard. Even if she doesn't have to. Right? She could do something else and really maybe choose an easier route. But she's in LA hustling and grinding and doing everything she can to really pursue her passion. And so my wish for her is that boundless creativity, the heart that she has, the people that she surrounds herself with. I just hope and pray that whatever it is that is in the desire of her heart, whatever field it is, could be music, could be business, whatever it is that the Lord reveals it to her. And not just reveals it to her, but she crushes it the very, very maximum. I'm a firm believer of her talent. I'm a firm believer of her work ethic. And I just hope and pray that within, it doesn't have to happen this year, it doesn't have to happen next year. But whatever it is that is meant for her will happen. And I know that when it does, she's gonna soar.
What's your favorite Gary V era?
Ooh.
90s. I think 90s for me. Well, no, because 90s we were really young in the 90s.
I don't remember anything. I
She
just
took my place. I was the bunso. She was born. She took my place.
the album that I always go back to is the very first one. That's the one that always blows my mind because I'm like, how do you put out a first album where every song is a hit? Walang skips, diba? So I think that if there's a chance for you to go back and see, like if time travel was a thing, and I could see what that was like, I'd go back to him creating that first album. I feel like he had no restraints.
Yeah.
It was pure creativity and pure bravery. He just was enjoying, and I wish I could experience that. I wish I could see that.
I probably have two. One is the 90s, because the 90s is when I started performing. And our ASAP, when I was in ASAP, when I was in shows, which was 2010 or 2009 or 2013. Because that, I was able to spend a lot of time in thank you, sorry, make sure you're
Like that.
I was able to spend a lot of time with him. I was able to really somewhat learn from him in terms of how he does things. You know, we were together every week, we were together every other day. But I was able to perform with him. We did shows once, twice, thrice a week. And I was able to learn. And also, not just my dad, but my mom as well. I saw how they worked together. I saw how they did things together. But I think more than that really was the 90s, because it was raw. You know, there was no technology. We were able to do things from from scratch and not have technology on our side. And then I kind of saw how things were done, because my first performance, I was 5 years old for the concert Shout for Joy. Yeah, and that era kind of like solidified. I think I want to do this, and that's kind of like what helped me and showed me the perspective of, I think I can do this. I think I can perform. That was the year.
How hard or how easy it is to be Gary V?
You know what? A lot of people ask me this question, and my question sort of stays the same. But because I get older, I get a little more perspective. It's easy and it's not. It's let me start with the not. It's not because of the expectation that a lot of people have on you. People say, people's opinions don't matter. But if you hear it for over 3 decades, sometimes it gets to I don't want to be the next Gary V, but will I be able to make the same impact? Not in terms of fame, but in terms of inspiration. Will I be able to inspire the same amount of people? Will I be able to inspire? But going back to what you said about growing up with the parents that we have, it didn't feel like it was a requirement.
Yeah.
It never felt like my mom and my dad were both in LA choosing to do different things. They never stopped us from pursuing our dreams. But I never felt like it was required of me to follow in his footsteps or to do what he does. So I think it offset, right? So for me, yeah, it was tough because ever since we were born, we were kind of like in this microscope and everybody was looking. But at home, we were just a family. We were just a simple family that just wanted to be together.
Yeah.
And that really played a very vital role growing up.